Welcome back to the Morning Brew where we start our day inspired. The other morning, I was scrolling on Threads. I don't know if you're familiar with Threads, but it's like the Instagram version of Twitter. I love it. I personally do. I'm there. If you're there, let's connect. But that's not the point. I was scrolling through Threads because I love to look for inspiration for these Morning Brew episodes, and I came across a quote from James Clear that said, "If you don't separate yourself from your distractions will separate you from your goals." And when I read it, it hit me like a truth that I already knew but needed to be reminded of. Because let's be honest, distractions are everywhere. And they're not just stealing our time, they're stealing our focus, our energy, and ultimately our future. So today, I want to dig into this idea of separating ourselves from distractions, not by creating rigid, joyless routines, but by learning how to lead your attention. Let's brew on this together, shall we? Okay, here's the thing. Distractions aren't neutral. What do I mean by that? Every time we check our phones mid task, every time we bounce between emails and meetings without pausing, every time we let notification dictate our flow, we're paying a cost. And the cost usually is our deep work, the stuff that actually moves the needle towards our goals. I think of it like this: your goals are a destination, and distractions are like detours. One detour might not feel like much, but take enough of them and you'll never get to where you're trying to go. So for me, I've noticed that distractions don't just eat my time, but they steal my momentum. And momentum is gold when you're trying to build something meaningful. Here's what's tricky with distractions. Most of them aren't bad things. They're often good things at the wrong time. Your phone isn't bad, but checking it 20 times an hour, that's fragmentation. Emails aren't bad, but answering them before you touch or work on your biggest priority, that is procrastination in disguise. Even relationships can become distractions if we're constantly available for everyone else but never to our own dreams. So the key isn't eliminating every distraction, it's separating yourself just enough so you can create space for what actually matters. So let's talk about what this looks like in real life. For me, I've built little rituals that protect my focus. For example, phone free mornings. The first 30 minutes of my day belong to me. Not my inbox, not Instagram, just me. The second is work sprints. I work in focused 15-minute blocks with my phone in a different room. When I'm doing deep work, my phone is not around me, or if it is, I have it in not distraction mode. And the third is permission to pause. What do I mean by this? Instead of reacting to every request, I give myself permission to pause, to finish my thought, and then respond. But here's the real mindset shift: distractions will always be there. The question is, do you want to live at the mercy of them or do you want to lead them? When you separate yourself from distractions, you're not just gaining focus, but you're reclaiming your agency. So let me circle back to the quote. If you don't separate yourself from your distractions will separate you from your goals. This week, I want to leave you with one simple challenge. I always like a little challenge at the end of our episodes. And it's this: choose one distraction and put a boundary around it. Maybe it's no phone until after your morning coffee. Maybe it's shutting email tabs until after your first big task is done. Maybe it's turning off notifications after 8 p.m. so you can actually rest. It doesn't have to be dramatic, but one boundary can change the way you show up. Because here's the truth: your goals are worth protecting. and so is your focus. I want to thank you for joining me this morning on the Morning Brew, and I hope that you have a productive, distraction free, amazing week ahead. And I can't wait to see you back here next week for another Morning Brew episode.